Imagine being told you can't go to school just because of your gender, and all those dreams that you ever thought of weren't going to happen. Most of us would feel angry or scared, but one girl decided to fight back with her words instead of weapons. My name is DeLayna Harvey, and today I want to talk about Malala Yousafzai. She's a young leader whose courage and determination to stand up for education changed the world. Malala was born in 1997 in Pakistan's Swat Valley, a place filled with beauty but also fear under Taliban control. When the Taliban began banning girls from school, Malala refused to accept it. At only 11 years old, she started speaking publicly about girls' education. She didn't have a title or power or an army behind her, just her voice and her belief that every girl deserves to learn. In 2012, that voice almost cost her her life. On her way home from school, Malala and her friends were shot at by a Taliban gunman. She has had over 6 surgeries to help repair the damage, and it's taken her many years to recover. Most people would have stopped speaking out after something like that, but Malala didn't. She turned her pain into purpose, and only 2 years later, she became the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner at only 17 years old. That moment showed the world that leadership isn't about age or fame or authority, but it's about being brave enough to fight for your passion. It's about standing up when it's right, even at the hardest times. She stood up for something she wanted and did everything in her power to make a difference. Learning more about her has truly inspired me. As a college student studying social work and criminal justice, Malala's story connects deeply into what my future career and achievements will look like. She fought for the very thing that I value the most, which is the right to learn. Her organization, called the Malala Fund, works to ensure that every girl gets 12 years of free, safe, and quality education. When I think about how education has changed my own life, I recognize the opportunities, the growth, and the pride that my family and I feel when I'm working towards something bigger. I now realize how easily I could have been denied all of that if I was born somewhere else like Malala. Malala's courage reminds me that leadership starts when you care enough to act. In my own field, social workers and the justice system face tough decisions that demand resilience and fairness almost every single day. We're asked to make the best out of what we have, even if we don't have the available resources, and even in difficult or overwhelming moments. And that's exactly what Malala did. She turned tragedy into a chance to help others. Malala shows multiple forms of leadership throughout everything she's done. She's a transformational leader because she motivates people to believe in something bigger than themselves, like education and equality. She's also a servant leader because her focus is always on helping others. She leads through empathy and compassion and guides people by creating a voice for them when they cannot. The United Nations even calls her a messenger of peace. Through her speeches, books like I Am Malala and the Malala Fund, which was started by her and her father, she continues to influence policy and inspire change in countries all around the world. I love how her mission isn't just about talk, it's about action. Her foundation funds real programs in places like Pakistan, Ethiopia, and Nigeria, giving local girls a chance to study safely. In her 2013 speech at the UN, Malala said, "Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons." That quote says everything. It shows her belief that education can defeat violence and overcome the bad. That knowledge itself is power. Her journey also connects to leadership ideas that we've studied in our Enduring Questions class. Authors like Heifetz and Laurie say that leaders guide others through change and help shape new norms. Malala does exactly that when she challenges cultural limits and helps others see what's possible. Bennis and Thomas talk about crucibles of leadership, those moments that test your character and shape who you are. Malala's crucible was surviving the Taliban shooting. Instead of letting it destroy her or giving up, she used it to strengthen her mission and encourage others to step up. That resilience, what Coutu says, the ability to make meaning out of terrible times, is what makes her leadership so powerful. She proves that pain can become strength, that real courage doesn't mean being fearless, but it means speaking up even when you are afraid. Being scared can actually give someone the courage to push even harder. Malala's leadership inspires me to use my own voice, not just in my education, but in my career, in bowling, and my community. She shows that leadership doesn't start with telling people what to do, but it starts with passion and belief. It starts with one person saying, "This isn't right and I'm going to do something about it." And in 2020, she graduated from Oxford and proved everyone wrong that believed women should not have an education. In the end, Malala Yousafzai reminds us that leadership isn't about giving commands, but it's about giving hope. Despite everything she's faced, she never lost her purpose. She continues to fight for others till this day, proving that one voice really can change the world. So as I stand here today, I think of her message, to believe in the strength of our voices. Because if Malala could risk everything just to go to school, the least we can do is use our own education to make a difference. Thank you.